Mary meets dark magic, the other side of the flame. There is a truth whispered in the shadows, a truth most deny because it makes them uneasy. The truth is that light is not the whole story. If the sun was all that ever existed, we would wither. If the moon was always full, there would be no tides. Life requires balance, and so does magic. When we speak of dark magic, we do not speak of evil. We speak of power in its hidden form, power that does not shine but absorbs, power that does not soothe but transforms, power that does not ask permission but speaks its own name. Light magic is about expansion, blessing, attraction, clarity. It is healing, protection, prosperity, and harmony. It is the candle flame in the window. Dark magic is about contraction, shadow, banishment, and secrecy. It is cursing, binding, necromancy, transformation. It is the fire that consumes the old forest so that new seeds may sprout. Neither is superior, and both are needed. You may be familiar with the correspondences of the light. Colors such as white, gold, bright blue, soft green. Herbs, lavender, chamomile, rosemary, rose. Stones, quartz, citrine, jade, and amethyst. Tools such as bells, wands, and chalices. And elements, air and water, that are gentle, flowing, and uplifting. But the dark also has correspondences. And some of those are colors such as black, crimson, deep purple, and blood red. Herbs such as wormwood, mandrake, belladonna, mugwort, and cypress. Stones include obsidian, jet, onyx, hematite, and smoky quartz. Tools come in a variety. Things like skulls, bones, and cauldrons, knives, and even an iron nail. Elements earth and fire are heavy, consuming, and transformational. Where light magic calls for opening, dark magic calls for closing. Where light invokes angels, dark invokes the ancestors, shades, and chthonic spirits. Where light works in the circle of day, dark works in the embrace of night. For centuries, those who walked the shadow ways have been called witches, devils, heretics. But hear this clearly. The stigma was never about magic itself. It was about control. A fearful church, a frightened society, cannot abide those who find power in the hidden places. So the dark path was demonized. The herbs of vision became poisons. The gods of the underworld became demons, and the wisdom of ending was called evil. But evil is not the same as darkness. Darkness is simply that which is unseen, that which does not reveal itself until you step into it. To overcome the stigma, you must first accept your own wholeness. You are not just light, you are shadow too. To deny your darkness is to live only half of a life. Walking the dark path requires courage, not because the path itself is wrong, but because others will try to make you believe that it is. So let me tell you this. Dark magic is not about cruelty. It is about power in its rawest form. It is about healing through destruction, about rebirth through death, about seeing what others fear to see. To overcome the stigma, stand tall in your practice. Speak not to convince the world, but to convince yourself that your path is true. Because once you know deeply that you are whole, no one can take that away from you. If you feel called to the shadow, walk it with integrity. Do not let the world's fear define you, but also do not use your power carelessly. Dark magic asks for accountability. It will strip you bare, it will test you, and it will demand honesty. But if you honor it, if you honor death as much as life, banishment as much as blessing, sacrifice as much as gain, then you will walk as a whole being, light and dark woven together, not in opposition, but in union. This is the way of balance. Now we will continue on with a dark meditation, the 9 layers of the abyss. Feel free to add to it, to deduct from it, add your own to it, use it as a journal mechanism. Take each layer and journal a page or two about your experience as you move through the meditation. Now close your eyes. Breathe deep. Let the air settle in your lungs like smoke. Let the earth beneath you cradle your weight. Imagine before you a great chasm, the abyss, 9 layers deep, 9 steps into shadow. You begin to descend. First layer, the veil. Here you shed the masks of the world. No titles, no names, just you. Second layer, the fear. Here you face what frightens you most, but do not run. Look at it. It is smaller than you thought. Third layer, the memory. Here, old wounds rise. Pain, betrayal, grief. Breathe them in, exhale them out, and they lose their grip. Fourth layer, the silence. No sound, no thought, just stillness. Rest here for a moment. Fifth layer, the fire. Here burns the anger you never spoke. Here rages the power that you denied. Step into the flame. It does not consume, it strengthens. Sixth layer, the shadow. Here stands the part of you that you have always hidden. They reach out their hand. They take it. Reunite. Seventh layer, the gate. A door of bone and iron. Push it open. Step through. The eighth layer, the guide. Here a figure awaits. Dark, cloaked, but not threatening. They are your spirit guide of shadow. Look into their eyes. They hold wisdom. Ask them, what lessons does dark teach me? Listen. Remember their words. Ninth layer, the throne. Here you stand in the deepest black, but you are not lost. You are luminous, because only in this depth can you see your light. Your guide stands with you. Together you understand. Darkness is not absence. It is presence. It is space. It is potential. When you are ready, rise back upward. through the gate, through the shadow, through the fire, through the silence, through the memory, through the fear, through the veil. Return to your breath, return to your body, return to this world, and you carry the gift of balance. Dark magic is not evil. It is necessary. It is balance. The moon has her shadow, the earth her underworld, the soul its depths. To walk the dark path is to not reject light. It is to walk whole, to see with both eyes, to know the fulfillment of yourself. So honor the shadows, honor the abyss, honor the spirit guide who walks with you. For without darkness, there is no dawn. Blessed be.